Okay, so this video is called TikTok's infamous inmate Hopper, Ash Trevino. I never heard of this girl, but I be seeing a lot of hate with her, so let's see why.
Just ate Raising Cane's. They just want a snack and I'm not taking them. You know why I'm not taking them? Because I'm being a very good parent right now. Because I've been drinking. The other month.
Okay, first off, for starters, Raising Cane's is ass. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Hot take, but low key, it's not even a hot take. Raising Cane's is not better than Popeyes. I'm just gonna say that. And secondly, yeah, she's a L parent. Okay, so I'm assuming that she's an L parent. That's why we hate her.
I would talk to another inmate just because I didn't find myself attracted to the one I was talking to. So I would find another one to write.
So she likes talking to niggas that are in prison, it seems like. So she's a bad parent. She has mid take on chicken, and she likes like thugs, I guess.
To pull her by the hair because I was so mad at her. Like, I feel like he loved her more than he loved me, and so like I took my anger out on her. And
please don't tell me she's talking about her daughter.
she doesn't even like hate me for that. I've already
She's talking
seen
about her
his
daughter.
beepy, and he's already seen my nunu.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
This woman's build reminds me of a sorting hat from Harry Potter.
Oh,
Personally,
shit.
if I had this thing as my mother, I would just pretend to be an orphan. I'm signing
Oh, God.
myself up. They're just gonna have to see it through and prepare my cot. Because there is no
Now imagine like I know this is like off subject, but like you ever be promised in the Neverland's world, then be with her? That's bad.
possible way I'm going to be spending my childhood having to eat ice trays out of our freezer because our alcoholic mother was too busy gooning to barely legal men on TikTok to make
Oh,
us
wow.
dinner. Go follow my Instagram or else I'll throw you in prison and have Ashley be your only visitor.
Damn.
Big shout out to the YouTubers on screen for making it a whole lot easier to find clips of this woman. Since researching her is like stepping into the halls of a locale library, there's
I'm not gonna lie, speaking of Instagram, you know, you can follow mine too. It's in link in bio. Just saying, like, you know, by the hit, like, well, I'm already at 1,000, but yeah, 2,000 is not that, you know, if we get 2,000.
infinite amounts of clips of her ruining her reputation and life, so make sure to check them out in the description as well. Alright,
Bet.
welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. They say the universe is
Whoa.
constantly expanding itself millions of miles every second. We were all led to believe that this was caused by the Big Bang, but I fear that's not the case. I'm convinced for the last 13 billion years, it's been trying to run as far as it possibly can from this busted up behemoth. Meet Ashley Trevino, a 35-year-old middle-aged monstrosity of a TikToker that completely peaked the moment she was born.
Of course,
she's
she's
a
from
mother of
Texas.
2 teen daughters that seem to have flown off the rails ever since she got done settling a divorce back in 2017.
Wait, people still, like, off topic, people can still play Little Big Play. I thought they closed their servers.
Now, tragically last year, her former husband passed away due to fighting I believe to be leukemia, a complete misfortune that sadly left the family fatherless. So you might be under the assumption she would be taking the loss pretty hard, making sure to step away from social media to process this sudden rush of
So
emotions
she grieved
and
in the
spend
wrong
time
way.
with her mourning daughters. So let's see how well she's been handling herself and honoring the life of her late and great husband.
Baby daddy. Baby daddy. Oh, mine's dead.
Just taking it like a champ. Now you might think after a while she would at least try to find these poor girls a new father figure or provide for her family. But
Yeah.
no, instead she decides to wash her life away with alcohol, then selfishly get into relationships with prison inmates, notoriously being known as the
Who would have cracked that? Niggas must be desperate. Then again, they in prison, so they have to be desperate. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
infamous inmate Hopper, constantly bragging about jiggling her melons on convicted felons, almost wearing it like it's a badge of honor that she neglects her daughters to flirt with deranged criminals.
Like every other month, I would talk to
Nigga,
another
this is like an
inmate just
anime,
because
like
I
they're gonna be in an
didn't find
anime
myself
show.
Attracted to the one I was talking to, so I would find another one to write.
If we could put hoes into a ranking system, this woman would be in either
Platinum.
echelon. I'm talking top 100
Emerald.
grandmaster baiters globally, because I couldn't imagine the shame or lack of self-dignity you'd have to possess to even explain this to one person, let alone broadcast it to the entire world on TikTok Live. You might be wondering what the stats are for how many inmates Ashley got involved with. Well, according
Alright, I'm gonna foreshadow this. Alright, it's gonna be at least like not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 40 or 50. But I'm gonna go like a little low. I'm gonna go like 15, 16.
to her very own frothy lips, she apparently has spoken to 30 different
Damn. Then again, I did say 40. I said it's gonna be up there with 40 or 50. But damn. How did she pull?
convicts. And to make matters worse, she actively celebrated this milestone with the lucky guy as he was on the prison phone.
You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? You really are.
She's proud of that? He probably on the other end laid out like this right now. Not gonna lie, I don't know if he laid out like that because, like, you know, it's prison. Hey, if you toot it up, hey, they might check that shit.
I swear, I've been with 30 inmates. Ruby! I swear, I'm not with no one.
And she's live? Nigga, go get a job.
Just with you, but I've already married you.
Well, she probably has a job, but like she probably doesn't have any more since she's on doing this on TikTok.
You what?
You're stupid. I mean, now I'm in a prison sister-wife relationship.
What? Captured your semen and prevent a demon. Troke fans. Imagine I was actually a sponsor and they okay with it. Legal reasons. I'm not actually sponsored by them.
The guy on the other end immediately projectile vomited across the visitation window. Also, no, Ashley, you're the pool noodle nippled Neanderthal here in this situation because you read that caption right. She wasn't only being a Cook County hotline, she ended up f***ing around and marrying one of them that went by Isaiah. Even going as far as doing little photo shoots where she poses in front.
That nigga must love tortures, cause what the fuck?
Front of the courtyard, walking through the little cornfields like everything is just sunshine and daisies. A TikToker that goes by the name of Callie would break down the entire ordeal of how this shit was even physically possible, along with detailing the heinous crimes the guy she hitched to committed.
The first 4 pictures are Isaiah Gonzalez. He is husband number 2. He is currently incarcerated. He is in there for M, aggravated robbery, and arson. This is Israel.
You married a Christian that did arson, and I don't know the other one, but arson. That's already. That's like so. You know, if you break up this nigga, he's gonna burn you down. Probably. He probably not scared to do it again.
Progress. This is her.
OMG, found the pic from prom of 2006. My high school sweetheart, but now soon to be ex-husband. I will always care about him, and he don't even know that. Jesus Christ.
High school sweetheart. They were married for, I believe, 9 years, separated for 2. Their separation was in 2015.
For what reason?
Their divorce was final in 2017. They had 2 kids together, Haley and Eviana. These girls were not babies when she got with Isaiah. So I'm not really sure why she tries to make it seem like Isaiah was all that they knew as their dad. Obviously, they still saw their dad, even as they were grown, as you can see here.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out love doesn't last for this woman, so practically as soon as she slipped the wedding ring on, they instantly filed for a divorce right after. I'm over here feeling like Doctor Strange looking through all the millions of possibilities to find a motive for why she is doing this, but I'm only left bamboozled. I mean, the go-to is obviously some desperation for male validation or attention, but I don't understand why you would want it from actual subhuman pieces of shit. You heard the clip. This Isaiah guy was arrested. You would want it from actual subhuman pieces of shit.
That I see it.
You heard the clip. This Isaiah guy was arrested for aggravated robbery, and I'm assuming when she said M, she meant murder. I don't know why everyone on TikTok has to speak in moon runes, but it's disgusting she's letting these people into her environment. But surely she—
Wait, M, murder. So you letting a murderer near your fucking kids? That's also been in jail for probably how long? And he I'm not saying that he probably is that type of man, but like still though. He could be that type of man.
She wouldn't be careless enough to bring these people around her daughters, right? Well, according to Ashley, the guzzling alcoholic that lies every time she verbally queefs out of her teeth, she says that her children never see the inmates that she gets involved with. They are merely figments of the girl's imagination.
I don't believe
However,
that.
in the clip that I just played recently, you can clearly see everybody in the family posing with Isaiah like they're doing a holiday photo shoot.
My kids have never been around any of the inmates that I talk to.
Really, bitch? Really?
The only one that they were around, and it was in a public area, was Jesse when he came home. And that was only when we took him to go eat at Chili's. My kids don't talk to these people. My kids don't meet these people.
I mean, what can you even possibly say to that? No, really, Ashley, waddle your ass up to the front of the class and explain to us all how we are freezer IQ idiots that can't seem to understand the picture that's being displayed in front of us. Because, I don't know,
nigga, deadass has a hat, he picking her up and everything.
Eyeballs, it appears to me that an apparent killer is scooping your daughter up and doing it with a smile. And don't come in trying to claim AI. This picture is over 5 years old. Suri couldn't even sing the damn alphabet at that time. maybe not all that, but you guys get the idea. So
So you
Isaiah
can
was
see the
just
alphabet?
another cog in Ashley's rusted up vagine machine. But if you thought that was bad, Ash would make sure to prove that she can be infinitely worse. I'm telling you now, please give your hopes up. This woman has absolutely zero redeeming qualities about herself. She's actually just a piece of shit. Rooting for her is like the equivalent of betting on a dehydrated two-legged horse that's flopping on its side to win in a flat race. You almost
Damn.
want to put it out of its misery because you know it just ain't happening. And that's really how I feel about this woman's life choices, especially with the next inmate she tried mashing pizzas with being a guy called Jesse. He went to jail for apparently having gang ties and illegally possessing a firearm. However,
wow.
what separates this little affair from the rest is the fact that Jesse was the first cuff in Ash's dating history to get uncuffed and released from prison. You heard that right. For the first time in many
So
years,
what happened
she
after
doesn't
that,
have
though?
to slap a dildo onto the holding cell anymore because she can finally rest her arms into a real man. The two wasted no time linking up, with Ashley thoughtfully spending the family's rent money on a nice hotel room.
Oh, wait, so I'm assuming that nigga just got out of jail. So, like, now he's gonna be sitting with the girl, and now the girl's gonna have a job, and he's gonna be, like, using her. Niggas.
Even decorating the room with hearts and roses to throw him a welcoming celebration. The two were hitting it off pretty well, having many hoots and
He's
hernias
just-
over their newfound love, with Ash of course documenting the whole experience on her TikTok pretty much from the moment Jesse stepped foot out of jail. She was really letting it be known to the world that she found her soulmate, already calling Jesse her husband after just meeting him 30 seconds ago.
Oh,
Wow.
tell Jesse to tat your face on him. I don't need my face tatted on Jesse. I'm good. I don't need a tattoo to symbolize what I am to my husband. As long as I know where I stand with my husband. Me and my
Wow.
husband know what we have going on. He's using me.
That
What
nigga-
is he using me for?
Well, ma'am, with all due disrespect, you're being used like a fleshlight
Oh,
because
God.
allegedly just after 10 days, Jesse would ultimately realize he's dating Fiona after dark and would decide to up himself on out of there.
Nah, don't even say all that. Don't even say all that, bro. Like, F you. Don't call me no more. Move on. You got other girls that added you on the tablet. Write one of them. Whatever. You're trash, bro. Like, you are so trash, and I hope you stay in prison.
Naturally, for somebody
damn.
that's as dense as Ashley, she was riddled with shock finding out Jesse was playing her the whole time and decided to once again hop on a live stream to cry about it, thumbing through her iPad like a drool-ridden toddler, showing us
So basically, she likes clip farming niggas. That's basically what I'm seeing at.
text messages the two had prior to their breakup that obviously hinted this man was using her to practice the ancient art of nutting and strutting. Jesse never truly loved or cared for this woman. He was just out here trying to hit and quit.
Never be able to forgive. And y'all can record this, make a video. I don't care. I won't be able to forgive this. Then on March 28th, he said, I'm not going to put up with that BS. You wishing you're with someone else? Go ahead, dude. Be with him. That doesn't make me jealous. I can care less what you do. I wish a lot of things too, but I have faced the reality that I must play my hand that has been felt to me. It is what it is. But
Yeah, that bitch gotta go back to school too. She can't even read.
I'm not the type to guess people's moods or to tolerate any BS. I understand you did take me back, but dang, dude, I was trying to be your friend before anything. I apologize for any inconvenience. Then, May 29th, these are all out of whack. He was like, I just got here to Hughes. I'll call you once they house me, baby girl. I love you, mamas. On May 24th, he said, damn, babe, I miss your voice already. I hope this is just a one-day situation. I love hearing your smooth voice. Just know that I love you, Ashley, and I can't wait to see you in 7 days. Don't ever let him make y'all feel like he never cared for me or loved me, because his messages say otherwise.
You're a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking
To any
idiot.
sensible person, it's painstakingly clear he's only speaking to this woman because it's probably the only woman in the last 10 years that's willing to speak to him. Or that
Literally.
he's so bored that he legitimately has nothing left to do. Young Tunchi said it best, as soon as I start to come, I come to my senses. And I believe that's exactly what ended up happening here. This man was so desperate for some action after all the years he spent incarcerated, he would probably pipe anything that had a hole in it. So with Ashley
If
being
there's a hole, there's a
stupid to
goal.
all hell, she decided to be the one to randomly barge into this man's life, believing to be his saving grace, not realizing the fact that these dudes are only just settling with her because she forcefully made herself an easy option. After the two went their separate ways, with Ashley losing total control of the relationship, she would begin having her soul be filled with overwhelming amounts of rage and jealousy towards Jesse for leaving, that she would begin
But it's
berating
her
him
fault.
online, trying to expose him and spreading all types of lies in a miserable last-ditch attempt to grab his attention.
To let everybody know who he really is, because
At the end of the day, I'm tired of getting bashed. My family's getting bashed. My kids are getting bashed, all because he caused this.
I don't think your kid's getting bashed. She's getting bashed for being a terrible mom and a fucking just a dumbass person. Like, oh my god, this is rage bait. This is like, I give it like a solid 8 out of 10 because this is like terrible rage bait. But I'm assuming she's getting bashed, but she thinks her kids are getting bashed, but really they're not. She's getting bashed for being a bad mother.
He caused this. So I don't care, Jesse. Say what you got to say, baby. Ain't nobody scared of you, because if you were going to pull up, you would have already pulled up, baby. So don't even play with your little shelter living butt. Go get a real job, because you do them day jobs where you get paid by the day. You still haven't even found a real job.
Coming from the woman that got allegedly fired for flashing her watery pancake of a nipple
on TikTok
to a 19-year-old.
Oh!
The racial remarks she made towards Indians. I mean, pick your poison.
Damn.
It's one of the two, because Ashley herself would be the one to tell these two completely different stories of how she even lost her job in the first place.
He gave us an option to stay with the new owners or leave. And I chose to leave because they were Indians. And I'm not working under no Indians. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I did have a 9 to 5.
So she's just racist.
And was this happening anyway?
It was still happening, yes. I've worked at my last job that I had. I worked there for 6.5 years. Up until December 23rd of this past December 2024.
Isn't that that one girl OnlyFans
Fired?
model?
Yes. For what? The trolls from TikTok literally sent my owner
I think-
a video of me showing my nip. Yes. Yes, so they fired me.
Or maybe it's because you're a drunken slob that somehow still lacks a
That'd be a fire ass thumbnail. I'm gonna use that.
single ounce of accountability. I hate the way she describes these scenarios like there's some everyday occurrence we all experience in life. Like it's some final stage of developmental growth where we wake up one day and finally throw the middle fingers at those Indians. Or start bouncing around your milk cannons on TikTok Live while thousands of people, including her own daughters, were watching in horror. I'll get back to all that in just a minute. For now, let's put the spotlight towards the feud that transpired between her and Jesse. Despite failing to win him over by brutally shit-talking him, she would finally succeed in gaining his attention by having
This nigga
him
really
request to
back on
join one of her
TikTok.
live streams to confront her about these insane accusations Ash was throwing towards him.
Hey, I've been seeing everything that's been going on, know what I'm saying? You need to chill out, know what I'm saying?
Okay, Jesse, whatever. Go ahead and be with your little fans, okay? Go be with your little fans, Jesse.
Hey,
You want to talk all that smack about me to everybody, right?
what? What are you talking about?
I've been seeing stuff también.
That
so I
nigga
don't
does
wanna
not
hear nothing
care.
from you.
He's just doing it for the entertainment.
What you been seeing?
You've been saying stuff about me.
Oh my God, to who? I don't even talk to
To
nobody.
who?
What you
To
talking
who?
about?
I'm not going to say it on here, but there's videos.
Oh my God. What's up, though?
He said he put a bag over my head while doing it. No, he did not. Really, Jesse? Really?
I didn't say that.
I'm shocked he didn't use a whole ass tent tarp. After this, Ash was left pretty emotionally distraught by the whole ordeal, and that's when another idea started to emerge. She would decide that the next proper course of action in order to keep him around was to fake the pregnancy and abortion of their baby.
Oh,
now, I
wow.
have to say that as my humble opinion and not a concrete fact, because Ash would strangely never provide any evidence towards her pregnancy, despite obsessively bringing it up every single chance she got to speak, along with being caught constantly drinking day after day during her so-called pregnancy.
I'm not going to answer yes or no if I'm pregnant. That's not what I'm going to do. You're going to have to wait. Y'all are not anybody important to me. So for me to just sit here and say, no, I'm not pregnant. Yes, I'm pregnant. Y'all are not important to me.
I'm convinced if she actually did have that baby, it would come out looking like a mini Flood Army soldier from Halo. Here's
Bro,
another clip of
they
her
gonna look like the
doubling
fucking
down on
bloater
having
from
the
Last of
baby
Us
with
2.
the familiar TikToker Poncho, who we saw expose D-Kane last video. He decided to fire up.
Wasn't he a predator too? The D Kane? I think that dude was a pedophile. I don't know.
Interview with her.
Wait. Actually, let me see. Let me go back.
An army soldier from Halo. Here's another clip of her doubling down on having the baby with the familiar TikToker Poncho, who we saw expose D-Kane last video.
Oh, yep. He's a predator.
He decided to fire up an interview with her to get to the bottom of these pregnancy rumors and finally put them to rest.
So, but they're saying that there's a fake pregnancy here, though? What's that about, though?
It was not fake. It was not fake.
That shit was fake.
But like I said, I went to the hospital and that was that.
He nodding
told
his
Jesse
head
that I
like,
wanted
oh
nothing
my
to do with
God.
him. And yeah.
So you drink,
Hey, I'm doing this thing.
right?
Who the fuck is?
You're gonna drink in a pregnancy, right, Panchito?
Is that
Fonzie, really, Fonzie? You're contradicting yourself, bro. I stopped drinking when I knew.
No, you
like,
did not.
yes, I did. I didn't drink for freaking 3 or 4 weeks, Fonzie. And I didn't have my first drink until this past weekend.
I don't understand. If this is
Wow.
somehow not some conveniently timed fairy tale you made up to get internet sympathy, then why are you bringing it up so much in the
Nigga
first
said I
place?
haven't had it
her
since
saying
3 or
all
4
this and
days
not
ago or
showing
some
anything,
shit.
It's like me taking an empty card up to a cash register and saying you can start scanning whenever you're ready. Like there's fucking nothing there. You dedicate your entire life to going live and oversharing secrets not even Batman would beat out of me. So
That's like trying to drive a car with no gas. Like, bro.
what makes this so different? See, Ashley, the really cool thing about opening your mouth is that you can always shut it too. For one instance in your life, you could have not told some life-altering lie that forever destroys your reputation, but making yourself stupid.
Not gonna lie, her reputation was already like that shit went rock bottom until she like them inmates and fucking letting them touch her kids. I'm not gonna hold you. That was like cancel worthy already. But I guess that wasn't. I guess faking your pregnancy is it's. I mean, it is bad, but like I feel like it should have been rock bottom when she was talking to them inmates having a fucking kid. You know, kids play with them and shit. So yeah.
It is just some sweet savory addiction you can't get enough of. Becoming the world's most useless person is like some personal achievement for this woman. And to really make matters worse, a clip started surfacing of Ash slightly before the height of this drama, admitting that she just got off her period, making the chances of her giving birth be about slim to none.
Today, my back has been killing the out of me. Like, I told Lisa, I said, girl, I feel like I'm about to start my period. Like, I'm having real bad lower back cramps, like pains. And I just got off my period. And but I did say I was gonna stop drinking.
I find it poetic that the one moment she stayed silent was the moment that told me everything. Why the long face, Ash? This is no time to be feeling sad. You're bringing a new baby into the world, remember? That whole little 2-month stunt you could have easily ended by showing one stick of clear blue that you constantly dragged out. Well, to me, especially after watching this, it totally seems like a giant honky hunk of bullshit. I think it's time we move on from the Jesse saga and focus on the next inmate. Ash would end up moving on and starting a new connection with a guy named Eli. If you thought her previous partners were bad, each person I'm listing only gets progressively worse. Eli, in about the simplest way possible, really sucks. He's sitting behind bars for apparently punching his daughter in the leg so hard that it shattered her femur and broke other places throughout her body. You heard that right. This guy
wait, what?
That it shattered her femur and broke other places throughout her body. You heard that right. This guy straight up unleashed some Mortal Kombat finisher on his own daughter. Now, I don't exactly know the reason, or could even possibly give one, to why he hit his kid with the 7-page muda, but from the video I'm about to play, it seems that this poor girl was very young because the mother mentions her being in a car seat when she arrived to the scene.
Her right leg was out the car seat. So he ended up punching her, which broke her femur, broke her hip. She ended up being in a cast.
Now, I try to be a man of fairness and see both sides of the story.
I'm gonna be realistic though. Why do y'all get with like? I know they don't show their true colors. They probably don't show their true colors before you get with them and shit. But like, how do y'all be getting with niggas like this? Like female, like it both like how niggas get with females like this, or males getting with, or males getting with females like this. Or like no, I was saying if females getting with males like this and males getting with females like this, like, bro, you should understand the red flags before you get with them. And sometimes, they do be faking it before they even get to the relationship, but still.
Let's hear what Eli has to say for himself over committing this ungodly atrocity.
Real easy. This wrist is broken. Both my legs were broken.
Nigga, what?
Bone condition that makes our bones more susceptible to breakage.
Flint and steel, chick and jockey.
It all makes sense now. The problem wasn't you punching your daughter apart like the Punisher. It was simply just an error in human biology. Your fist bashing against the bones of a child was only a test to see if your daughter suffers from the same condition. Wow. I mean, what an outstanding display of true fatherhood and the sacrifices that must come with it.
You gotta make sure like the bones are still good.
Condition as well, because in what universe would that be a good defense to use for yourself? You basically just admitted that you punched her, and you can't even have the sliver of humanity to blame not yourself, but the defenseless toddler that got into the way of your fist. So all the ladies out there watching, I'm sure after hearing about this man's backstory, you would be probably running to the courthouse to file a restraining order instead of a marriage license. But to Ashley, hearing this only gave her a reason to fall stomach over cankles for him. Eli was her new soulmate, and she would waste no time defending the horrible crimes her precious king committed.
Nobody felt sorry for me whenever that happened to me. And if I sound like a, you know what, but it's just my point of view.
So you would push your daughters through that type of abuse? Nigga.
I don't care to talk about something that's not relevant to me and my family. Like, it's not my business. It's not my, I don't know.
I think the word you were going for was bitch. And you are right, Ashley, you absolutely are one. How on earth would a baby-punching maniac that you're openly dating not be a top concern for your family? You really
Literally.
can't make up the stupidity of some people. Instead of logically fearing for your daughter's safety after hearing this man's history, you decide to just welcome him with open arms. Now, I'm well aware Ashley can't keep a relationship for longer than a week, but hypothetically, let's say somehow they ended up getting super serious with Eli moving in. Now her daughters have to face the reality of becoming their mom's boyfriend's next speed bag whenever his bottle of Tito's runs empty. She just has no thought
Oh,
or
would he get off
consideration
work or
for
some shit?
anybody but herself. And I feel like having that trait of being selfish is the last characteristic you want to have as a mother. The whole point of being one is to protect your kids, not throw them into potential danger. Of course, this little ship sank not too long after it started sailing, with the two parting ways merely weeks after making things official.
You say we go together real bad with the wedding ring.
Bro, jail talk is supposed to stay in jail.
But it's not in jail. It's on my phone.
See, if he was close to her, like if they was already together and shit, I guarantee he would have smacked the shit out of her. I'm just saying, like he, that nigga, like, bro.
You know, there's some things it's okay.
See, like that nigga's crashing out. Like, see, if he was there with her, that nigga would have gone crazy. I'm just saying.
To yourself, right?
Well, I was just wanting to know what you meant about that, because you said we belong together, or we go together real bad.
After this relationship, Ash would move on to date the final and without a doubt the worst prisoner I'm covering in this video, being a man by the name of Francisco. Now, since
that nigga was in the cartel or some shit, I'm sorry, like that.
Since we all grasp the fact that this woman is unfortunately a parent, it would absolutely horrify you to find out why Francisco is sitting behind bars, which is for the brutal assassination of two girls around the same age of Ash's daughters, with one of the victims being only 13 years old.
Wow.
You really can't make shit like this up. She took one look at her lineage and thought a guy that's equivalent to the butcher baker would be a great addition to the family. Not only is this humanized yeast infection
And that nigga has 3 fucking tears. I've never seen that shit. Well, I probably have, but that nigga has 3 tears. Yeah,
dating this monster, but she's also going out of her way to defend the unspeakable crimes he committed, pleading to the world that this man was completely innocent. And if you already thought the bar was set in the depths of hell, Ash would additionally mock Francisco's victims, laughing at the poor girls who lost their lives. All the while, her 2 daughters, who also serve as her unpaid PR team, were sitting in the stream watching in horror. Because if you guys weren't well aware by now, all of Ash's financial assets are thrown towards hotel parties with convicted baby beaters. So the only people she can hire to control her reckless behavior is her own children.
Nigga.
Guys, he's innocent, and I don't care what y'all say, what y'all think, he's innocent. And yeah, they were like, oh, he's not innocent, he's dumb.
How do they be fighting these niggas though? Like, dead ass, did she just hit them up on fucking Insta or something? Because sometimes prisoners do be having Instas. Did she be fighting these niggas on Insta?
This and that.
See, I don't know. Okay, it's like.
And they said, are those teardrops on your eyes?
3. nigga is a tier 3.
Oh my gosh, I've lost friends in my past. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, they said he's innocent, but he's in jail.
Yes. Yeah, what do you mean?
It's not past his bedtime.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, they said, honestly, rip to those who lost their lives.
And she laughing and shit, like, yo.
That's why it's funny, because y'all are sitting there making it seem like some man is guilty of that when he had nothing to do with that.
Well, why is the nigga in jail then? I mean, sometimes they do be framing niggas, but why is he in jail? That nigga look like he did this shit and he would do it again. And he's laughing because he knows he did it.
Well, Ashley, if that's the case, then let's have a nice laugh at the fingerprints that were found on the shell casings on the crime scene. Ready to let out the he's and slap your knees? The fingerprints found perfectly match up to the ones of Francisco. I'm sure you're roaring with laughter now, you sick, demented, bird-brained behemoth. I just don't get it. I always try to understand the motives behind the people I make videos on, whether they are good or bad. Well, they've all been bad. But this woman is generally just the dumbest person I've ever come across, that is almost triggering my fight or flight. To put male value validation as your first priority over your own children that you're willing to go to the point of dating somebody that unalived kids is just next level delusion. Like, this hoe needs to be admitted to Arkham Asylum because there's just no other place for her to function in this society. I think, however, that's enough of covering the love affairs from Megamind's sidekick, and time we move on to a much more serious subject that I feel like I've only been brushing over so far, which is the inhumane conditions and horrible treatment Ash's daughters are forced to live under. If Ash is blowing all the money in the world on random men she's been sleeping with for a couple of weeks, then surely Ash's kids are sleeping comfortably as well, right? Yeah, that couldn't be further from the truth. During one of her 24-hour daily live streams, she decided to give a mini tour around her house, including showing off her daughter's room. Now, I'll let you guys be the judge, but to me it looks like Ash's kids are living in a fucking bomb shelter. That shit somehow looks like they tried modeling it after Francisco's prison cell. She doesn't even have the decency to buy them a damn bed. They're still on an overblown air mat.
How can niggas be parents though? Like, how can you be a parent and just hate your kid though? Like generally, like that's just. It's so many of those, and like I don't like. Some people be jealous of their kids because they look better than them or some shit like that, or they could just dead ass not like that kid and they just like, I never wanted you to be here. That shit's so sad.
While she's perfectly sleeping in some hotel suite. It's ridiculous, and when she was confronted on a podcast about this, she would just laugh in her daughter's faces, seeing their living conditions as just a giant joke.
Question: do you have beds?
Well, I don't live with my mom.
But at your mom's house?
No.
I'm going to Zelle you. I'm going to give you money for, I want a bed, 2 mattresses, 2 of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell it to the daughter, not the mom, because the mom is obviously going to use it on another dude, or she's going to use it for herself. Because once again, if you already see that she doesn't take care of her kids now, why would she try to take care of it after you sell her like 50K or something? Oh, if you sell her like 50K, she's probably out.
I want a headboard and 2 nightstands. I'm going to order that before you leave this house today. And I'm going to insert the clip of the receipt.
There's a story behind that, okay?
Please tell me why your children don't have beds.
Yeah.
Because my mom was actually going to go look at a furniture
Bullshit, nigga.
store. Because I don't go anywhere.
Wait, on top of that, wait, if you have a mom, why is she not saying anything? Oh, beat your little ass.
Publicly. At all.
Because you're just that bitch.
Literally. I go out, I'm gonna get noticed.
Yeah, no.
And if I don't have my security guard, she never did that. So
you have a security guard?
And then, I mean, like she said, she doesn't stay with me. I'm about to move and I don't have a guy to come build it, but hopefully I can.
Yo, this nigga skipped past the clip like several times. Like, that's insane.
I'll get somebody to come build it.
I'll pay for it. Y'all are going to have 2 mattresses. You're going to have a whole 9. Okay, we're going to do a room makeover. I'm being for real.
Well, that's very honorable, Camilla. Donating the money you made from
Yeah, I was about to say, she definitely had an OnlyFans. I was about to say.
Playing with your pisser to the youth in need is something our forefathers could only.
Now, the only reason I don't like her is because the fact that, okay, you could do whatever you want with the OnlyFans thing, but then after that, you doing a PR with your fucking brother, like her little brother and stuff like that. That was weird. That was weird.
Dream of. What a beautiful world we're living in, where an adult film semen demon is out here saving children's lives. If you thought them even.
I mean, that's W. That's W. But it's just the fact that when she was doing that little PR stunt with her brother, that's the only thing that made me did not like her.
Being here was weird.
She probably is a good person.
Here's what Ashley had to say about her daughters possibly being new recruits to the Bop House, which FYI is a content home that a bunch of OnlyFans models create booby movies at.
Wow.
Basically implying that she wants her daughters.
I want to be realistic though. I don't think they like the Bop House. I feel like it's a PR stunt too, because I know that it's supposed to be like OnlyFans models, but sometimes I feel like they be like blue balling niggas, and it be like, well, obviously the simp nigga's gonna buy the OnlyFans thing, but I feel like it's a PR stunt. I don't think they actually doing crazy shit. They probably are, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's a PR stunt, because I would guess I'll never know, because I ain't a gooner. I'm not a gooner, but still.
One of which is only 13 to start making adult content.
Y'all just come live with us.
Yes, please.
And the mom's laughing like it's fucking funny.
Well, they have 2 new members.
What the fuck?
This bitch needs to get out of the house of the bops and head straight to the cops after saying something this outlandish. How little could you possibly care or think about your own kids to offer them a job in the adult industry? Just so what? They could be out of your hair so you can get drunk and cry about the 50th inmate that treated you like a flesh wallet in peace.
God.
Your priorities in life are so self-centered and childish that you forced your kids to stay home just so you could go to Disneyland by yourself to live out your inner youth.
Oh girl, you guys, it's honestly so cute to see this because she's never
Wait, she went to Disney World, but she didn't bring her kids. That. I hope this bitch get the worst karma of her life.
been here. Look at her. She saw the castle. She is going for it.
Grown ass
To
woman.
Disney. I've said this before. If you were not on that live, I'm sorry you weren't there. But I did not take them to Disney because my kids do not fly. And they had school. My kids had just started school.
So they have school, but you're not being a parent to cook for them. Like after they get done with school, you know, like cook them a dinner or something. Where were they at? The dad passed away, so they only got you unless they got your mom. But your mom shouldn't be okay watching your kid while you go enjoy your time.
Like a couple weeks before, and
yo, not gonna hold you though. Even before the internet, niggas been like this. It's just the internet that makes it like that makes them get out of there. Niggas been like, if the internet wasn't alive, she'd probably still be doing the same shit. She just doing it off the internet.
I couldn't take them, or else I would have, to be honest. And I really wanted to take them. I felt so bad, but I FaceTimed them the whole time I was there.
Wow, it's pretty sad to say this is the most thoughtful thing I think I ever seen Ashley done. Calling her daughters every second she can to let them know of all the fun they're not having while being trapped back at home is something I'm sure they really appreciated.
With no beds. With no fucking beds.
Just go to CPS myself at this point. The constant neglect, danger, and ongoing drinking abuse wouldn't have mattered. That right there with her at Disneyland would have been my final straw. After Ash returned from flying solo, she would do everything in her God-given right to make her daughters' lives more miserable by dating a young TikToker that her kids had crushes on. For context, this guy goes by the name of Santos and was allegedly only 19 during the time he was meeting with Ash, who was about pushing 40. Now, it's pretty obvious she was only getting with Santos not because she was profoundly in love with him. It was more over the fact of making her kids jealous by only talking to him out of spite after hearing how the girls felt about him.
Ash Trevino has 2 teenage daughters, and one of her daughters literally told her mom that she has a crush on Santos. And when she heard that, she then decided to go for him. Bro, who does that to their teenage daughter?
And Santos will see everything tonight. Or when I'm in Cali.
I'm gonna make all your dreams come true.
I guess with the new emotions of dating a man that's not incarcerated, Ash would enter.
Hey, sometimes you remember that those see, like if they technically like murder her in her sleep, would it really be their fault? Now I'm not saying they should do that, but like, would it really be their fault though? Because sometimes people have to go. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
A state of what I can only call excited delirium, because during one of the many TikTok lives she hosted with Santos, she would decide to take things to the next level by ripping her milk cannons out from under her shirt.
Oh
and
my
proceeding
god.
To swing her chesticles around in a circle, almost resembling the famous twirl Muscle Man does every time he
nigga, I will be traumatized.
As a mom joke. Now, if I were to even show a pixel of the great Ash Flash brandishing her breasts in front of the camera, YouTube would probably hire assassins to show up at my house. So thankfully for you guys, I can spare you the trauma of having to see what I saw out there. If you want me to paint a picture, it practically looked identical to that one time Peter Griffin tried bull riding at a Western bar. It's pretty safe to say, however, that Ash Flash failed in her attempt to pull Santos because the two would split shortly after this incident took place.
Well, no fucking wonder.
Yeah, I'm just going through it.
Why, what's up?
I mean, you're doing your own thing. Like, why do you tell me and then you just, like, I see you on live and you're doing your own thing. Like, that's what pisses me off.
But like, I have my own life too. Like,
did they not realize that this nigga is also 19 years old and like he just probably doesn't want to be in a relationship right now? You do forget that nigga's 19 years old, right?
I'm
exactly.
Yeah,
But if you knew like you were gonna make plans with me,
I have a busy schedule. I literally I don't even squeeze you in. I make time for you. I even add I already set a reservation up for us.
Of course, Santos wasn't the only one disgusted by Ash's actions, because her kids, who are also stream moderators, would also have the misfortune of seeing their mother's boobs. The video itself would become a viral sensation, so it was only a matter of time until her employers came across it, resulting in her being immediately fired, as well as the grandma discovering the viral clip, leading her to cut any tie she had with Ash and completely removing her out of her life.
What ruined it was whenever I flashed my nipple, you know? And it's like my dad forgave me. My dad's my best friend, but it's like my mom.
She has 2 parent figures. Nigga, they failed you. Either you failed them or they failed you. One or the other. How do you have...
She's like embarrassed. And so like when people are like...
Nigga, I would be too, bro. You a 40-year-old woman acting like this on the internet too.
Oh, is that your daughter? She's like, no, that's not my daughter.
Yeah, I think your mom had a pretty good
Oh God, I'm supposed to be saying that. I don't got a daughter. What are you talking about? I got a husband. I don't got no daughter though.
Reason to never speak to you again. However, your dad now is my main concern. What do you mean he just instantly forgave you? Like he's supposed to give you a pat on the back and a fist bump for showing your honkers. That's my girl. Next time I'll make sure to send a galaxy so you know I saw them. I mean, this has to be the first family tree that goes straight up. If you want another example of why this woman is the equivalent of morning breath, here's a clip of her flexing all the CPS cases she had stacked against her for being a horrible mother.
Kids have never been taken away from me. My kids have always been with me, and a lot of y'all spread rumors and say that CPS took my
Low key, she do look like she stink though. She smell like, I don't know. She just look like she smell like shit though. I don't know what type of shit, but some type of shit.
kids from me. Baby, CPS has never taken my kids. Yes,
I'm
I've
surprised.
had like 20 CPS cases. They just
Nigga said 27. Like that's a fucking flex. That's insane. Nigga, this might be, she might be up there with Diddy with the records. Nah, no one can beat Diddy after that baby oil shit, but still.
dismissed them all because you know why? My kids are in good hands. My kids are taken care of.
I mean, she talks about her CPS cases like Rick Ross talks about his cars. There's just no shame or embarrassment of even having them called to your house.
You do got some nice ass cars though.
In the first place, let alone them being there over 20 times. Like they're not harassing you, camping outside in your front lawn waiting to steal your children. There's obviously has to be a good reason on why they keep showing up, whether you're willing to admit it or not. And if you thought that was bad, there would also be a clip surfacing around online of one of her daughters deciding to run away. And Ash's response to all of this was to laugh in her face and basically imply that she couldn't give one clit of a shit.
You ran away?
Yeah.
When?
Last night.
Last night? Where was I?
In here.
First thing she do is go on TikTok. That's the thing I'm saying. Like niggas do anything for fucking views, bro. It's sad. A nigga could be dying like, yo, I just saw someone die. Matter of fact, that did happen. You remember the fucking video that we watched not too long ago?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
What time did you run away? What time did you run away?
There's not one single ounce of care coursing throughout her sweaty body right now. After all, the notification she got from DoorDash grabbed more of her attention than her daughter's story. I swear everything is just buttons and bows for this woman. She sees the world the same way She sees the world the same way Richard Watterson did when he was
I mean, but the thing about Richard though, he's a cool dad. Even though he's a bad dad, he's a cool dad.
Off anesthetics. There's just absolutely no sense of urgency she has towards this situation. Like it's something they're gonna get together and laugh about over dinner. Whether she's aware of it or not, her dedication to the craft of being a crust-ridden, unwashed dick shaft is truly impeccable.
Why'd you run away?
I don't. Oh, cause it's TikTok hate.
Oh, because of TikTok hate. What?
I cut my eyebrows again.
Why did you do that?
You could have been here, bro. Look.
Who's that?
Me. Or it's you, actually.
When did you do that?
This morning when I woke up.
You really made yourself into me?
Yeah, copied Jose Bay.
Why did you copy Jose Bay?
Because I just looked at his
Thank you,
videos. I
Chelsea.
want to see your makeup, and then I just...
Wait, so that's the only time you talk to your daughters, they try to be like you? Damn. And the crazy thing about it, if they do become their mom, you can't even blame them. Their mom's a piece of shit.
That's why I came in here.
What else?
And I grabbed these two.
Them nails ugly as shit.
On each nail.
Shut your bitch ass!
Well guys, my daughter's back home now, so I had to make sure my nails were slaying. Even though we only peeled back the surface, it's really a sad reality of what Ash's kids are living in on a day-to-day basis. You have to keep in mind I maybe showed a good baker's dozen worth of different clips that go down on a daily routine. You could literally operate a 24/7 news station just about this woman's fuck-ups. With that being said though, I think that's gonna wrap the video up here. It seems like male validation and Miller Lights is the only thing this woman cares about. If you are one of these people that donate money to Ashley and possibly think to fund this disaster, you should really feel disgusted and have some shame for yourself too. We're in a time now where people will decline donating a couple quarters at a gas station to the Red Cross, but will instantly drive home and throw $50 towards an Ashley Trevino stream. I hope even at the age of 40 she can come to her senses and realize the embarrassment she's made of herself. But until then, she's only a speeding train wreck that's showing no signs of stopping. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to slap
like she's going up there with Lovely Peaches. You remember? Yeah, I know everyone remembers Lovely Peaches. She's like going up there with them niggas.
Like on this vid before your dad slaps you. Subscribe if you hit my vibe, and make sure to follow all my socials. The links are down below in the description, especially my Instagram. I would really appreciate having 8,000 over there. Y'all might.
Hey, y'all should really follow my Instagram too. Renger's chilling. Yeah, it's like the same thing as my name. Down in the link below if you check the description. But yeah, I hope y'all like and subscribe this video. If y'all want me to react to more of his content, obviously comment down below and tell me what's more like who's else is a piece of shit on TikTok, because low key, bro, it's crazy how more and more of the internet shows shitty parents and how people shouldn't be parents. Because even still before the internet, people did not deserve kids then. But yeah, like, subscribe, definitely check out this content creator. Shouts out to them, and peace.